In the modern age that we live in, there's so much information out there for free on YouTube and all other types of platforms, which is awesome. But at the same time, it can lead us to being overwhelmed and overburdened with too much information that we don't know what to do. And sometimes one video might tell us to do one thing while another video tells us not to do that same thing. This is the journey of going out there and finding this information. It can really help you, but it can also confuse you and leave you saying, "Well, I don't know who to listen to. I don't know who to trust or what's the right thing." In this video, I am going to share with you the approach that I've learned after 17 years of studying and practicing music production. And we're talking specifically here about mixing vocals and specifically mixing rap and hip hop vocals, but really it applies to all vocals. And with this approach, it's going to help you get the most consistent results. And it's also going to save you a lot of time of messing around with bells and whistles that you don't necessarily need. And so, without further ado, here we go. Keep it simple. And what I mean by this is at the end of the day, we want a vocal that sounds clean, we want a vocal that sounds balanced, and we want a vocal that fits with the rest of the track. If we have that, we've got what we need, right? Listen to some of your favorite rappers, listen to some of the most successful rappers of all time. One great example is Jay-Z. If you listen to Jay-Z's records, listen to the vocal. It's very simple. They're not putting anything crazy on it. There's not any crazy delays or compression or filtering or anything like that. It's really just his voice. Super clean, super crisp, super balanced, and it's just tucked in there with the track. The one principle of audio production and recording music that has stood the test of time and that any high quality producer will vouch for is that it's all about the signal, the recording, the performance that's going in to the computer, to the mixing console, whatever it is. That performance is by far the number one most important thing, right? So before you worry about any kind of plug-in or effect or approach and strategy to mixing your rap vocals, what you really need to focus on and put 90% of your energy into is the performance. So that means if you have a song you're getting ready to record, then you should practice that song many, many times. One of the most legendary hip hop producers and music producers of all time, Rick Rubin, in his autobiography, talks about this. And in the bands and in the groups and the hip hop artists that he worked with, he stressed this as being the most important. The bands and the groups that were the most successful in the studio and wasted the least amount of time were the ones that practice. They did preparation for the recording session so that then when they went to record, they were performing at top level for the song, and they were also able to use that energy in a way where they could try a few different things and then go with what they wanted to keep, right? It wasn't this process of wasting energy, wasting your vocal cord stamina, and then having to fix that in post production. And that is the key. And I can't stress it enough because of all of the work that I've done, recording artists, recording myself. This is so crucial. And if you get this, your life is going to be easier, right? A lot of people that are putting videos out, they are looking for ways to make content. So they also maybe are getting sponsored by certain companies that sell plugins, that sell certain programs. So they want to show you ways that you can make your vocal sound awesome or put this really neat thing here and there. And it's not to discount them because you can be creative, you can experiment, of course, but really it can distract and it can take away from this key principle to recording and music production, which is it's all about the performance and then just capturing that performance at a very high level. And if you do that, mixing becomes very easy. It becomes a relaxing, simple process of subtle adjustments to bring it all together with the music in the rest of the track. But if you're just recording something that you haven't practiced, you haven't done your preparation for the studio session, then you maybe are going to get a mediocre sounding vocal. You're maybe going to get a vocal that has imbalances that need to be fixed, has harshness in the way that it was recorded, the way that you recorded it on the mic. Then you're going to be scrambling to try to fix this thing in the mix that is going to take you hours, maybe multiple sessions, days, weeks of trying to tweak it. And then you're just left with something that's just, it's still not, it's not the best that you could have done. So practice your songs, practice your lyrics, practice your delivery to the point that you are, you know, your exercise you've built up where you're ready to go, boom, record it. Record the best quality that you can, and then mixing becomes easy.